Day 2 of negotiations in the Defense Committee, a lot more heated than it was the other day. So one of the topics that we spoke about that got pretty specifically heated was the use of drones. We diverge a lot more into the philosophical question of the humanity of civilian lives and casualties. And so discussing armed and unarmed drones and the future of where technology could lead us became one of the central topics that we discussed, and never really came to a consensus about coming to concrete discussions, but definitely considering the different consequences and progress that technology can make more the central focus of discussions.
Just came out of a great final session, passed I think some really cool statements on Syria and what our Foreign Affairs Committee is hoping to do there. Really excited because I think we've actually moved forward with not only a statement that's consistent with the G8, showing that as youth we can come to a consensus ourselves between different countries, but also some new legislation on increasing humanitarian support. Showed a lot of concern for areas around sexual violence, on women's and maternity health, around supporting youth, particularly around areas like mental health and well-being. So I'm really excited. I think we're showing a lot of consideration for different war-torn areas. We finished up our work around Mali. So excited to serve and be nominated again as Secretary for the day. So played a huge role in taking a lot of the different notes, a lot of the different positions down today. So it's really been an interesting process. We've had the chance to explore open dialogue with our partners, as well as form new partnerships and increase the power of our relationships within the G8 and the G20.
Today's negotiations in the Justice Committee involved talk concerned with prisoners' rights, gender equality, and the responsibility to protect. When dealing with prisoners' rights, we distinguished particularly between detainees and incarcerated persons, and we developed broadly upon the death penalty, its uses and its necessities in modern society.
Today was a great day of negotiations. We dealt with some really important topics in committee. We talked about climate change, mitigation and adaptation, as well as alternative energy sources and nuclear energy. Everyone had very strong opinions, and that was great. It was really interesting to hear the different opinions of some of the delegates and hearing what the perspectives of these different countries were and their situation, how their situation in their countries was very much different from some of the situations in North America, and the perspectives in Asia were very different from some of the European perspectives. So we did find there was points where we disagreed. We also were able to make tremendous headway on climate change. We agreed that we needed to reduce emissions and that we could find a productive way to work together to solve this important international issue.
So today is day 2 of negotiations at the University of Greenwich. I'd love to give you an update on the development portfolio. Discussions today were slightly more heated than they were on Tuesday. Specifically, we spoke at length about technology. Countries had different perspectives on how exactly technology strategies were to be implemented globally. However, some things that we did all reach consensus on were the importance of mobile technology, the importance of advocating the spread of mobile banking systems, and also engendering social enterprise through education and global partnerships. Another thing I'm excited to announce is that we actually reached consensus on emulating a Canadian program in the University of the Arctic, which is an international, transnational partnership between universities in Canada, Russia, and a whole bunch of other countries, including the US, the UK, and Iceland. And we actually want to take this consortium system that provides distance-based learning to underserved populations and replicate it in a developing context. We think there's a lot of really great future implementations for this, and it's actually something that hasn't been done yet. We're all very tired, but happy to be done.